couple of big hits to get that important 200 at the Chinnaswamy. Batting first the Knight Riders after they were put in by Virat Kohli. We look back at that game on Visit Saudi presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Time out. The bowlers tend to run away when it's at the Chinnaswamy, but Shaun Tait hasn't gone anywhere. Das Gupta will be back with us a bit later. But 200, tell me what you made of that score, Teddy, given there were periods of play there where it looked like it wasn't as easy to bat, and suddenly they've still ended up with 200. It
was entertaining. It was a bit of a seesaw sort of innings, I guess. They never had, for the majority of it, they had one guy firing each time. It was never sort of both batsmen at the same time type thing, if that makes sense. So, but I think at the end of the day they'll take 200. It's a good score. The ball looked like it was gripping a little bit with some of the change-ups if it was into the wicket, and then just some, I think, just some missed stuff at the death, and we spoke about it pre-game. KK have some good hitters.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of whether this is not as easy, therefore, a Chinnaswamy surface as we tend to expect.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think well, it'll be interesting to see how they go about their bowling now, because they've batted on it. So the communication between the team, was the ball gripping with the pace-off stuff into the wicket? What about the spinners? When India obviously bowled really well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they go about their defence now. They
did get their best opening stand of the season, and you think Jason Roy's inclusion now has made a serious difference, hasn't it? Good innings, that.
It is, and I think this ground's perfect for him. I think he just realised that the boundaries aren't big enough for him, so he just attacked it and kept going, no fear. I felt like they missed a little bit of a trick there to keep that going.
Yeah, it's taking the pace off to Roy.
Yeah, I think so. I think I think he was in the zone. Anything pace on in his zone, he was going to hit for 6. So. But they got him at a good time, and they did have a couple of good overs there with the ball as well. That sort of a couple of quick wickets in succession and some tight overs. So to get 200 even after a couple of tight overs was quite a good effort, I think.
You like what you see of Vijay Kumar Vaishak in his first season?
Yeah, I do. He's just speaking then in his interview, and he was sort of talking about the pace off stuff. I still think his pace on is good. I liked him. I liked that. I think he probably turned too much to the slower delivery, if anything. But he looked really good. He looked confident. He looked strong as well.
Yeah. So. You think with Hasaranga, that was his best game, and it would take a while to get going. But with 2 for 24 for Hasaranga, do we sense then that KKR would think we've got some spinners that could make life hard second innings?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that's going to be the interesting part for me is how they go about after batting on it now. They know there's a bit of grip there. There's enough. When India, obviously, his change-up, he mixed it up really well. Went both ways, bowled on the stumps, good line, good lengths. He had a good outing,
Yeah. If you're Andre Russell, what would you be thinking right now? With all the big talk we had about him doing well at this ground, in the end, ended up walking in the 18th over. But what do you make of, what would you be thinking right now?
He probably would have liked to come in early, but Nitish was going well. I think everyone else had a lot of ordinary deliveries bowled, and he got the one really, really good one. So. Great ball. So there's not much he could have done about that, I don't think. Yeah,
can't read much into it. No. Shabby fielding, if they end up on the wrong side of this RCB, some surprising drops today. They're just not up for it. I mean, could make sense of that?
Yeah, I mean, they were fairly crucial at reasonably crucial times. It happens. I mean, I don't know. We have to see how that goes. I think it probably wasn't a great surprise. They weren't the best fielders in those positions at the time. I know Siraj got swapped. If you saw, Virat swapped him actually. I know that feeling. It's an embarrassing feeling in front of 30,000.
I was surprised to see Siraj at long off, but of course they're missing Faf du Plessis.
That's what I mean. So if you can't get, if you're going to change a guy because he dropped it, he probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. But that's not a nice feeling to be exchanged after a drop catch.
All right, 200. Where are you leaning on this? You think RCB can get this? We've seen 200 chase before many times, but from what you've seen of the surface, the spinners that KKR have. How do you see this going?
I'm going to go with KKR.
Are they going to defend?
I think so. I think after batting on the wicket, you get a reasonable look at what the conditions are, especially one like this where even I don't think we're too sure about this track. So I'm going to go KKR. Yeah.
All right. We'll see where this game stands then. I've been asking for a Super Overall tournament. It has to come at some point, so I'll keep sticking with that.
Let's hope you're not right. Let's hope not.
All right. Thank you very much. I was right about the score. What did you predict pre-game?
I was close for a change. 198, I think I said. So.
I thought you said 188.
No, maybe. Probably did. I probably said 168.
So. Shaun Tait, thank you very much. More from him as well as Das Gupta at the end of the game. Join us then on Visit Saudi Presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout and have a look at the app. Be covered with ball-by-ball commentary. Get it from the App Store and Play Store for the fastest live scores and plenty more. We'll see you at the end of this game, which would certainly be an upset if KKR are to win it. It's still back Bangalore to chase over 200, as Vaishak pointed out just at the interview after those 20 overs. So let's see where the teams stand at the end of the game.